Today on The Bridge, we're taking a road trip to Spokane. We get to celebrate the Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Inland Northwest, a place that helps families stay close during medical crisis. We get to hear from Jena Austin, helping lead that mission, and from Bill Harrison, a longtime volunteer known as the Tabulator, whose steady service shows how small acts can make a lasting impact. Let's talk.
When a child is in the hospital, everything changes for a family. Normal routines disappear, sleep becomes uncertain, meals become an afterthought, and in the middle of medical questions and long days, one thing matters most: staying close. Today on the Bridge podcast, we are talking about a place that quietly makes that closeness possible for families across our region. Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Inland Northwest. Many of us recognize the name. We've seen the pull tab jars on counters. We may even have dropped one in. But what actually happens inside those walls? Who are the families staying there? And how does a community, sometimes through something as small as a soda can tab, help carry families through some of the hardest days of their lives? Today we'll hear from someone who leads that mission every day and from a volunteer who has faithfully sorted tabs for over a decade. We're excited to have this conversation. Welcome to The Bridge. My name is Krista Hill. I'm the host, and let me introduce our two guests today. The first one is Jena Austin. Jena works with the Ronald McDonald House Charities. She graduated from Utah State with a bachelor's in journalism. Communication is her passion, and serving people is how she feels most helpful. She is the donor relations coordinator at the Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Inland Northwest, and has been for a year now. She helps maintain databases, ensures that donors are being thanked thoughtfully for supporting families when they need it most. And one of the ways she supports the house is by promoting the Pop Tab collection. She collects Pop Tabs that are recycled for funds that are then donated back to the house. It's a really important way for them to make sure everyone can help how they choose to and are able to. And then also with us is Bill Harrison. Bill Harrison is my 80-year-old co-host today. Sorry to put your age out there so bluntly, but it's awesome. Retired in 2014 as a State Farm agent, Bill started volunteering with the Ronald McDonald House in 2015, taking care of the tabs and sorting them at the house. After COVID, he started taking the tabs home to sort, which he continues to do today. Bill shared that he's been referred to as the Tabulator and has warned that he might retire from this when he is 85, to which there has been significant pushback, I have heard. Usually comes in every 2 weeks, so twice a month unless he gets called that there are a lot more tabs and he is needed on overtime. So Bill, thanks for being with us today. Let's start with you.
You're welcome.
Will you tell us your story and how you got started volunteering at the Ronald McDonald House?
I knew that when I retired, whenever it was going to be, I wanted to do something volunteer work. And at State Farm function a month or so before I retired, another agent who had been involved with the Ronald McDonald House, well, why don't you try the Ronald McDonald House? I said, that's a good idea, I will. So I did, and I'm still here 11 years later. So.
Awesome. When someone retires, sometimes they think about vacations and going away. What drew you to wanting to volunteer?
I'll make this much public.
Sure.
My wife has a chronic medical problem, so we don't travel much. So this helps me fill that void. Awesome. So and I hope it's helpful to the community. So because people find this amusing, I have a second volunteer job with Scraps, which is a dog pound or Spokane County Regional Animal something.
And it's called Scraps.
Yeah.
I love that
anyhow,
name.
they have a dog park at the state line, and once a week I go out and empty the poop bins. So I get to visit with a lot of people there and dogs. So
that's awesome.
So,
do you ever find pop cans on the ground and grab them and go, I'm going to take this to my other job?
No, because there's other things on the ground at the dog park.
Okay, yeah, you win on that one. That's awesome. Out of the two, which one's your favorite?
Oh, Ronald McDonald for sure.
Less poop?
Well, less poop, but more humans connection and more human stories than dog stories. So.
But a lot of love in both, isn't there?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Are you seriously giving your 5-year notice to second retirement?
I kind of said that as a hoping to get a laugh, and I did.
You did. I laughed when I read it.
But maybe depends on how I'm doing physically when I'm 85. So,
will you walk through what does your volunteerism at the Ronald McDonald House? What does that look like when you pull into the parking lot? What does that look like?
Well, I empty the little house at the front door, and then I drive around and go downstairs.
And the house, I'm going to interrupt you for just a second.
Yeah.
So, in the house is a drop-off station.
Correct.
For the community to drop off pop tabs. There's a hole at the top, and they can all their collections they can put in there.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I empty that, and then go downstairs and pick up whatever's down there, and then I go home, and fortunately I have a large enough garage that I can sort them at the garage. And by sorting, I mean I have a stick about that long, a metal stick. It's got a magnet on the end, and I go through with the magnet, and anything that's not aluminum sticks to it.
Oh my goodness. Did you create that?
No.
Oh.
No.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And those are discarded, and they just get thrown in the trash. Because probably one of those bins there, great bins, about the size of one plastic grocery bag, out of 300 or 400 pounds.
Wow.
gets tossed, but the recycle place won't take it if we don't do that. So
because they just want the aluminum.
But they only want the aluminum.
Yeah.
So, and they give us more than for our tabs than they do to the general public for cans. And I think there's two reasons for that.
A special deal just with the Ronald McDonald House?
I think so.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Go
Never
ahead.
ask them.
Yeah.
But I think they do it.
We'll take them at their word.
I think they do it for two reasons. One is part of donation to the house, and second is that the tabs themselves have more aluminum in them than the can does.
Huh.
So when it's only tabs, they get more aluminum per pound.
Less work for them.
And less work for them. So.
Do you feel like sharing the weirdest thing you've ever seen mixed up in the pop tabs in a bag? That just made you laugh?
Well, quite often I see this.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
People will they'll bend the tab over and hook them to each other, and they make necklaces out of them.
Oh.
Of course, I just recycle them.
Yeah.
But they've gone all that effort to make necklaces or whatever they do with it. And
that's interesting.
yeah.
Do you know, sometimes I'll see tab collection drives at elementary schools and things,
yeah,
and I wonder.
That's where we get a lot of them from.
I wonder. I can picture children at recess like making little necklaces or something. I wonder if that's why.
It could be.
Yeah. Let's assume it's a good story.
But we get them from schools, from churches, and actually the most cleanest tabs, meaning nothing, no bolts or screws or hairpins or whatever in it, is that come out of taverns.
Really?
Yeah, because all they have is pop tabs.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
So, and anyhow, it all adds up.
That's actually nice of them to collect in taverns, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the bartender sitting there pulling tabs off.
Yeah.
Waiting for somebody to come order another beer. So.
I think it's awfully thoughtful of them.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I love that. Jena, let's transition to you. Help our listeners understand what Bill is a part of, big picture.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the Ronald McDonald House, our mission is to provide essential services that remove barriers and strengthen families and promote healing when children need health care. So something that Bill helps us do is provide those resources with the funds that we receive from him taking all that time to recycle those tabs and donate the money back to the house, and that those funds go to providing meals, providing comfortable, clean rooms, the shuttle that goes back and forth from the house to the hospitals, just anything that we can provide for families is what the funds are going to. And pop tabs specifically is something that I think a lot of people can overlook because it doesn't seem like a big help, but it really is. And it's a way for everyone to get involved, right? Like, everyone drinks soda, everyone, has a seltzer water or an energy drink, and you can
I have been known to open a can of Diet Dr. Pepper. I have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Listen, I have an Alani this morning, okay? So, it's something that everyone really comes into contact with, and no matter what you can do or how you're able to help, it's something that everyone can do and be a part of, and throw their hat in the ring for taking care of families. So that's why it's really important what Bill does and what the community does by donating those tabs.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bill.
I've thought of the Mike, I can't remember his last name, but he used to be the executive director of the Ronald McDonald House here.
Yeah.
And I discussed this with him, that we get a fair amount of money, but you couldn't run the house on the money we get from the tabs, okay?
Yeah.
But more important than the money is that when people see, the pop tab, and they're taking it off, they're taking it off because they remember the Ronald McDonald House.
Oh, I love that.
So it's more valuable for public recognition than it is the money that we get from them. So
I'm a big fan that the experiences we have in life and the connections we have to each other help us become people that love each other.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you're describing to me. Does that feel fair to
Exactly.
word it in that way?
Exactly.
That we see that and it just triggers in us, there's families there that need our love.
And I understand whoever started the pop tabs with Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
It was partly for name recognition, but it was also partly, they're much easier to store.
Yeah, that's true.
Than
I have 20,000 of them in the trunk of my
can.
car right now, and you can fit a lot.
Yeah, and there's 1,275 to a pound.
Oh, I didn't know that. We should. Oh, okay. I'll totally put this on the podcast. When we go drop them off from my car after this, do we get to weigh them?
We can.
I
have
really
a scale.
That's suddenly really important to me.
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't see this, but Jena is texting someone right now to get us a scale. I am very excited. We will post the weight and the rough number of what's in my car right now, and I'll take a picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
See, that alone is worth doing this podcast for.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yes. No.
My boys will think that's so cool.
Yeah, and Bill, that was a really beautiful way to put it, and that's exactly what I'm trying to convey too.
Yeah.
Is that it is the connection,
Yeah.
and it's something that isn't necessarily a monetary value to someone that's donating, right? But it is them thinking about the families, and it's them taking care of families,
Yeah.
and in that way. So yes, that's exactly what he said.
And we're lucky.
I love it.
We're lucky in Spokane.
Mm-hmm.
And why do you say that? I do believe you are,
Well,
but why
the
do you say
Ronald
that?
McDonald House, as far as tabs go,
Yeah.
as far as I know, Seattle, Tacoma, Boise, we're the only one that takes tabs.
Oh, I heard that. I heard
Yes,
that.
yeah.
They
Sorry.
did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
wonder.
the-
Yeah.
But they didn't have me to sort them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't have a dedicated tabulator.
There is only one bill. But yeah, that is interesting. And so I would be curious to know. I don't mean this to be a provocative question, but I would be curious to know, with them stopping, are they feeling less or more engagement with the community?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I would like to know that.
Yeah,
answer.
that would be interesting. And maybe they are, because maybe there's something taking that space in their area. But yeah, that's
Right.
interesting.
Yeah.
And we have donators from all over the state of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
But-
you've got
but
Tri-Cities
also-
for sure. Go ahead.
But there's one lady, I've never asked her, but she probably lived here at one time, but she sends tabs from Hawaii.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, what's the postage on that?
So
Yeah, that's amazing.
so
That's very, she must find great purpose in that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I've never told her to, send a check instead.
Yeah.
You can donate online now. No?
Oh,
You know,
that I didn't know that. That's good to know. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
uh,
Oh, no, but that's good to know. I love it.
Donating something is more personal than donating money.
No,
Not
I
that-
think that's
but
true.
I'm sure the house will accept all the money that anybody wants to give.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but I love it, and I love the community connection and
Yeah.
the personal in it for
Yeah.
sure. It feels very human to me,
Yeah.
and I like that. Jena, do you want to share anything you want to about the Ronald McDonald House and what you love about it? And anyway, share anything you want right now.
Yes, absolutely. So, something that, as you said earlier, Krista, that I have been here for a year now, and so I feel like I'm kind of finally getting my bearings. But it's just something that I'm constantly reminded of, is that the house really is built on love, and it's built on connection and family, and any way that someone chooses to get involved is 100% of the time out of love and out of care for people who need it. So something that we really kind of drive home, I guess, is that, when families are at the hospital, they're getting care, they're getting treatment, they're patients, right? But when they're here, they're family, they're home. Like, this is their home away from home, and we all try to treat them that way. And we all know everybody's names and know their stories, and we find real connection with these families, and I hope for them it's the same. But it's just a really beautiful place that someone in Hawaii is thinking of us to send pop tabs to. That is an act of love, right? That providing love for families in the house, and everything like that. And I think that that's really so great, and I'm literally reminded of that every single day. Everything that I see is just wow, the community and beyond, our local community and beyond, really does love the families, loves the mission, wants to take care of them, wants to provide. And I think, just really touching back on the pop tabs, is that is a way to provide. And regardless of the money that it brings in, it's a way for them to feel connected to the families, and they're playing their part. And I think that that's really beautiful. And I feel really, really lucky to be someone that helps every day and, is directly involved in the mission. So
I love that so much.
Yeah.
So you gave us a tour before this conversation we're having. I'm so glad. Highly recommend a tour of the Ronald McDonald House. The natural light is gorgeous. The architecture is gorgeous. It is well thought out. And all of it centered around comfort and ease and easing burdens of families. Would you be comfortable giving us some of the stats of the house and anything you'd like to share about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
If no one's ever been here before, what is it? And Bill, for sure,
You've
go
only
for it.
been here for a year, so let me tell you.
Yeah, you tell.
Okay, Bill first. Bill first.
The house had a tough beginning. It opened less than a week before everything got shut down for COVID. So immediately... There was a huge
Not the way you want to start.
Yeah. Immediately there was a huge roadblock on how they did things, and then I'll let you continue.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have heard about this. I wasn't there for it, but I did hear about that. But I know that during that time, when we were transitioning back into being able to serve families in every room, when restrictions were being lifted, we were serving about 60% of families at the hospital in our family rooms and 40% in the actual house. And so kind of what that means is we have 4 family rooms in Multicare Deaconess Hospital and 4 in Sacred Heart Hospital. And they're kind of like mini houses, right, in the hospital. So we have 4 family rooms on the floor of the NICU where families, parents, siblings can go and get a room, essentially. It's a room with a bed, there's a bathroom and a shower, there's free laundry, there's a full kitchen, there's a lounge area. It's a resource we provide for families who want to be just steps from their child who is in the NICU or is receiving care on any other floor of the children's hospital. And same for Deaconess. And so at that time, most of our families were staying in the hospital because it was easier that way than to come to the house where we had so many restrictions because of COVID. But now it's swapped, right? So we have 60% of the families we serve in the house and 40% in the family rooms. And that's not to say that the number has gone down, of families that we've served in the family rooms, just that majority are able to come to the house and we're able to fill it, which is kind of a bittersweet thing, right? It's nice to have so much community and you love being able to provide for as many families as possible, but it is also all of these families are here for, you know, their child who is either injured, ill, receiving care for some reason, that kind of thing. So it is a little bittersweet in that sense. But...
And you told me the families you serve have children between birth to 21 years old.
Yes. So the oldest patient will serve is 21, but they are treated the same as, you know, a baby who was just born the day before or today. They are allowed to have families with them, guardians, guests are allowed. You know, just however you would operate in your own home is really how we would like you to operate here. And that's our goal, right? Like our motto here is kind of, how do we get to yes? How do we serve families better? How do we serve more families better? How can we provide for them in a way that maybe we're not providing for them already? Yeah, and as for more numerical stats, right?
Sure, yeah, please.
We have a 34-room house here in Spokane, and we have 8 family rooms. And then we also have a hospitality cart that majority stays in Sacred Heart and is brought bedside to patients, regardless if their family's staying in the family rooms or here. And last year was kind of the launch of the program last May-ish. And since then, we've visited 7,000 bedsides, right? So we're really... trying to touch point with as many people as we can, because it's about providing those resources. It's about being there for the families. It's about taking care of them and, you know, when they need it the most, and giving them that space to focus on what matters most, which is the healing of their child, and being close and being together. And and last year, in 2025, we served over 780 families at the house, like this house specifically, and I think we did over 2,500 shuttle runs, and so the shuttle, so the shuttle lives at the house, but it goes to Shriners, Deaconess, Multicare, every day, multiple times a day.
Is there a schedule?
There is a schedule, and we, of course, make exceptions when needed, but it does run, I think, about 8 times a day.
Because how can we get to yes?
How can we get to yes? Yeah,
so... I love that phrase so much. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. Keep
going.
You're
totally fine. Once a week on Tuesdays, we do a Walmart shuttle. So we take families to Walmart if they want to go, and they can do their own shopping, and it's a chance for them to get out of the house.
Oh, that's got to feel normal. Yeah. That's got to feel good. Go
exactly.
ahead.
And of course, they're allowed to bring their own vehicle and come and go as they please. But just if they don't have a vehicle with them, or, you know, we do have a lot of families where one parent is able to stay for the week and the other parent can't come up until the weekend. And so that parent that's here doesn't have a vehicle, right? Or some other circumstance, like our international families don't typically have a vehicle here. So we just try to make sure that, you know, they can go, like we do TJ Maxx runs when asked, like that kind of thing. So we just, you know, we try to make sure that they can get out of the house, out of the hospital also. Because who wants to stay at home 24/7, right? Like even I don't want to stay at my own home that long. So that's one of the ways that we try to, you know, take care of them and make sure that they feel comfortable and just normal.
Oh, I love it. When you gave the tour, one of the things I was so impressed with too is you have how many kitchens downstairs? It's a huge room, but it's separated in almost to kitchen stations, but each kitchen station is the size of a standard apartment kitchen, fully stocked, anything you could need, community pantry, some food donated, some bought with funds from Ronald McDonald House, and then it was amazing. It was amazing, and each family has access to one, or like anyway. Sorry, speak to whatever you want to.
No,
what
absolutely.
I'm going to stop talking now. You speak to that. It was cool. It was way cool.
No, our kitchens are really amazing. They're what is the word? When they're like up to like commercial standards, like they
would pass a test.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. They're clean and they're high tech and they're new and they're really great. So we have 8 kitchens downstairs. 7 of those are for families, and each family gets like a cupboard, like a full like pantry cupboard essentially, and a shelf on the a shelf in the fridge, and access to all the cookware, the dishes, everything that they could need at any time. So there's no time restrictions. You can come make breakfast at 5 a.m. or at 2 a.m. or at 3 p.m. You know what I mean? Like, whenever you want to access that, you totally can. And one of those kitchens, so 7 are for families, and one of those kitchens is the chef's kitchen, which is where we host our volunteers that come and make a meal for the families. So one of our other goals is to provide a homemade warm meal every day, so that's one meal that these families don't have to worry about. They can come back from the hospital, or before they go to the hospital, or when they come back in between for their break. Like, there is either breakfast, lunch, or dinner every single day. And eventually we would like to get to all 3 provided. But right now our goal is once a day, a meal is made for families that they can just come grab. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to prep. They don't have to clean. They don't have to find the ingredients or anything like that. And they can come have as much as they want. And we have really, really amazing Make a Meal volunteers that come in and they just provide. They sit down and they eat with the families and they talk to them and they get to know them. And we have quite a few groups that volunteer multiple times a month, or at least once a month, that are just really amazing. And
do you have a favorite group that has come through?
So I do think like the cutest group, and also kind of the most organized group, is the United Spokane Avalanche baseball team. And it's their coaches and a group of like 8 to 10 or 11-year-olds that are all on this baseball team, and they come in and they do an assembly line, okay? Like, they're like, one opens the bread package, one takes the bread out, one like puts mayonnaise on the bread, one puts the meat, one puts the cheese. Like, they have like a whole line, and they're just like the sweetest. And they come once a month, and they serve every meal on Saturday and Sunday. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner both days. And they're getting to know everyone. They're so sweet. They come in their little, like, not full baseball gear, but they all have team shirts on, and like, they're like, "Hey coach, like, what can I do next?" You know? And you're like, I can't believe this is like,
that is awesome.
Real life, in a sense. Like, you're like I just feel so honored and lucky to witness the community showing up for the families and being a part of that, and like doing what I can where I can to support that, right? So they're
everybody
just like,
in that room wins.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Exactly. And it's just, I really like to think that it provides like some sense of normalcy in this situation. Like, I can come, like, get a sandwich and move on with my day, and I don't have to worry about it, right? And like, maybe that's not exactly normal per se, but it is something that I think relieves the stress of being in the hospital all day, or, you know, not having a vehicle with you, or whatever it may be that you're going through with your child. Like, yeah.
That's amazing. Can we go back to the phrase, and you'll have to forgive me, I just love it though. How, tell me, I just spaced it in my brain, but how do we get to yes? Is that what it is?
Yes, is how do we get to yes? Because our goal
is that sort of your leadership motto or theme, or just it's constantly top of mind?
It's pretty much a conversation that we're having on a weekly basis. Like, the entire team is like, okay, so this situation was brought to us. How do we get to yes? Like, let's put all of our minds together. Let's talk about how we can provide this, how we can make this better, how we can make it work, right? So for an example, like the Walmart runs, it was like, okay, well, how can we, because as a staff, it's hard to leave the house for an hour, 2 hours every Tuesday, right? And like, not that we couldn't make that happen, but how do we get it to happen? How do we get that to yes? Because this is a resource we really want to provide, right? And so we have a volunteer that comes in every Tuesday specifically for that and takes the families. And like, that's how we got to yes, right? Is like, we found someone that wanted to provide in the way that they could, in the way that they wanted to, in the way that made them feel like they were providing, and takes the families to Walmart. And, you know, he's said that sometimes he shops with them, sometimes he waits in the van, like, you know, and he gets to do kind of like what he wants to do while also taking care of families. And that's like one way that we got to yes. And it's just really wonderful when everyone comes together to make yes happen, right?
It's so optimistic.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of the things I love about it is when, so our family has had medical experiences where just, it really shrinks down your world, because it's the only thing that you can focus on. And rightly so. It's the way it needs to be. But when your world starts to get small, it's really easy to slip into a scarcity mindset. And what I'm loving about that phrase is it embraces abundance. Like, there's absolutely a way we can do this. There are people that can help. They'll show up. And so I'm just pondering on that. I'm going to think about that for a while.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
really like that. How do we get to yes?
It's the best.
I wish I would have known that as a mom 10 years ago, actually. Yeah, that would have been some easier conversations.
Yeah, you know.
But I love that.
Yeah, it's something that is really, it's just beautiful to see and really wonderful and very just love focused, you know, like, I know I said it, but it really just is the house that love built. And
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
All volunteers, regardless of the age, and these boys are mostly boys. I think there's girls too on the ball team, aren't there?
I think it's just a boys team.
Is it?
Yeah.
Anyhow, they've 8 to 12 or something. They don't know it, but they're getting more out of being here than they're giving. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so you know, Bill, I was absolutely totally just thinking that what forward-thinking coaches to think, yes, we're building a baseball team, but we're also building men.
Yep.
And to provide skill on the field, but also skill with life. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
And I think it's like a real sense of community too, right? Because they sit and they eat with the families and they get to learn about their stories, you know, as much as families are willing to share. And
how lucky they are that they're not here as a patient.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. We all take our turn, though, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
Bill, let's talk to what you just brought up, though.
Yeah.
Just getting out of it. Not that we go into volunteering selfishly, but I just think it's just the grace that happens and everybody wins. Like, what would you say? What would you say to someone who's looking for something purposeful to do with their time or volunteer? Like, if you were to have a volunteering conversation with them, what would you say?
Do some research, figure out what you're good at volunteering to do, and you'll soon find out that you're getting more back than you're putting into it. So,
do you miss it when it's been a little while and you haven't been to the dog park or you haven't been to the Ronald McDonald House, or maybe you're very diligent and you don't miss?
Well, I go to the dog park once a week, and I come here every 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, like clockwork.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I think it fit into my occupation.
Skill set, like a skill set match, or
my as a insurance agent, especially a casualty type insurance, it's very detail oriented. And if you have 12, 13 people to call that day, the one that you don't call is the one that calls at 4:30 wondering why you didn't call. So anyhow, I got very used to paying attention to details and being where I said I would be when I said I would be there. And so that's if I'm good at it, that's why. I had 40 years to learn it.
Oh, I love it. And we're back to the topic of development.
Yeah.
Like it's who you develop into.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. Go ahead.
No, I just very relate to that. I'm the donor relations coordinator here, so I look at numbers all day and make sure that everything's right and everything's aligned and things like that. And it is that one person that you don't call that day, they're like, hey, what's the problem? And I'm like, I was getting to you, I promise. But yeah, no, I totally agree that it's all it's all matters. And
Well, do you mind if I bring up the hard? I'll start with Jena, but feel free, because I will come to you too, Bill. But from your position at the Ronald McDonald House, what worries you?
That's a really good question.
Because I know the people, if you have to, no one wants to be here.
Right.
No one's going to, be like, I can't wait.
Yes.
But there is such joy and hope and optimism, hopefully in every wall, in every room that you walk into. But yeah. There must be some worries.
I think on a personal level,
Please.
maybe not on like a work level, because
Sure.
I would say that my job specifically is like fairly straightforward, so I don't have a lot of worries there other than, oh no, I charged a card wrong, or something like that.
Sure.
But I think on a personal
Logistics.
level, logistics are probably work related. But
no, I definitely want to know personal level.
Yeah, is kind of just being like ignorant to situations. Like, I do try to be very aware of, not everyone here is like doing well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone here is getting better, essentially. And so I try to be very aware of like kind of the mood in the room, or like who's around, and like things like that. Like, I don't want to be over celebratory if it's a touchy subject, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to be ignorant to the fact that every family here is going through something, and they're
you
not
don't know
here,
what medical news they got that day.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, exactly.
I see. Yes.
So I want to be very cognizant of, they're not here by choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not coming here to get to know us and like build that community. They're doing that because they're here, right? And it's not because they chose to be here or were anticipating to. Some people are, but most of them aren't. So I think I'm most worried about not making space for every family, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to be thinking about that for a second. Bill, what do you think from a community standpoint, volunteer standpoint? It can be at the Ronald McDonald House or outside of it.
Yeah.
In topic of this conversation, what worries do you have, or what do you discern being in it as a community member?
That the Ronald McDonald House type organizations, or any helpful organization, that in the future there won't be enough people volunteering, because of, more self-centered. So
all the more reason it's pretty amazing, this baseball team and coaches coming and opening the world up to their young boys that way.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't mean to interrupt you, actually.
No,
Continue
no.
talking. Yeah.
I don't know that this helps, but
Let's try.
Okay. I went to this luncheon yesterday, but also I missed one last year, but 2 years ago I went. And the former occupants of, at a Ronald McDonald House that told their story. And from what I remember, they lived somewhere in like Missoula or Bozeman or somewhere in Montana.
Sure.
And their 8-9-year-old son wasn't feeling good, running a fever, couldn't keep food down, whatever. So obviously went to the doctor. And I don't remember what his problem was.
Sure.
But the doctor told him that you need to go to either Denver or Seattle today. And they ended up going to Seattle, and they stayed there at the Ronald McDonald House for a year.
A year.
The little boy was in college at that time, doing fine. So I'll never forget that. Sorry, I get emotional.
Yeah. It just shows you care, right? Like, yeah.
And just how, when life is going well, how blessed we are.
Yeah.
Honestly, because it could change in one doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
Not in a pessimistic, frightening way, but just in a real way.
Yeah.
So yesterday was your legacy luncheon, your yearly celebratory luncheon, a little bit of a fundraiser, a lot of celebrating, and I got to be in the back of the room. Bill, I didn't meet you there actually, so I got to meet you today, but we probably saw each other across the room. But it was a huge room, lots of people, and one of the recipients of the Ronald McDonald House when she was little, and I forgot her name, forgive me. Abby. She did a great job sharing her story. I've been pondering what she shared in her video. This is not a direct quote, I'm going to butcher it, but I've been pondering on it, where she shares that the Ronald McDonald House, so she was 4 years old, 5 years old-ish, and younger siblings, and a mom that stayed with them, and a dad that worked during the week, and all this stuff, but she shared that the Ronald McDonald House provided a normal environment, as normal as possible in this situation, a normal
Mm-hmm.
environment for her family to have the boring, important family dynamic relationship things, where you do the boring things, where you're picking up your toys before dinner and you're finishing your homework and the mom is allowed to be the mom, where she
Exactly.
can be still the mother of her children and have things as normal as possible. But she shared how important those experiences were, just to have the normal boring routines outside of a hospital room for them that they're benefiting from as a family now. And I've been pondering on that a lot. That's a profound thing to think about, just the normal boring routines that Bill, the story of the young man you were talking about, they had that for a year while doing their medical concerns. It's amazing.
So,
Yeah. Do you know, it's I'm just now beginning, sorry, and then I'll stop talking.
No.
I'm just in personal learning and extended family learning, we are just now better understanding how what happens when a child is little just soaks into their nervous system that you don't even know until 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line, 20, for good or ill, hopefully more good, you know, but it's just the nature of being human, I think. But what a gift the Ronald McDonald House provides those families to have those normal, calming nervous system routines for these families. Anyway, continue.
Well, I mean, at Ronald McDonald House, we believe that, you know, when a child is ill or injured, the entire family is affected. So our goal is really to remove the logistical and financial barriers that, you know, go with housing or transportation or feeding your family when children are experiencing this, you know. So we really just work to keep families close to the care that they need and to each other. And that's something that we really, you know, work toward and believe in. So.
Oh, that's amazing. Is there something that we haven't talked about yet that you want to? And the time is all yours. I know you've got more Pop Tab initiatives going on this year. I know the month of March, the Shamrock Shake, every time that is bought, some money goes toward the Ronald McDonald House. I know that I've been to a few McDonald's. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how many McDonald's drive-thrus I've been through, but I know I've been through a few where they've been new to me, where they're like, "Hey, do you want to round up to the nearest dollar to go toward the Ronald McDonald House?" And I'm like, "I'm all in. That sounds perfect." Anything you'd like to share?
There's actually so many of these. Now that you brought this up, I'm like, ding, ding, ding.
Like how short of coming into volunteering, which we're all for too.
Yes, absolutely.
How can the community support you guys?
Yes, so there's so many ways to get involved, and that is truly because we want to get to yes. Like, we really want, however you can help, however you can get involved, we accept that. We graciously, thankfully, more than gratefully accept that, right? And so one thing that you know, really anyone who goes through McDonald's can do is round up their order and that change. So let's say, you know, your order is $10.13. That round up to the $11, that change goes specifically to our house. So if you're at a McDonald's in the Tri-Cities, if you're at a McDonald's in Spokane, in northern Idaho, up until I think Kellogg is the furthest one, or northern Washington, we have 80 stores that serve our house. So if you go to one of those 80 stores and you round up, that money is coming to our house.
I love that.
Locally. So, and I think that that's something that not a lot of people realize, because they want to support local, right? And like, it is local. It absolutely is local. And same with the Shamrock Shake. You go to any of those stores and you get a Shamrock Shake, that 25 cents per purchase comes to us. It's not going into wherever it goes land, right? It's going to our house. It's serving our families. It's serving families that are from Moses Lake, that are from the Tri-Cities, that are from Colville, from Kellogg, from Rathdrum, wherever they may be, right? We serve families from Oregon, Washington, Montana, Idaho, Alaska on a regular basis. However, we serve families that come here for specialized care. So that's international families, families from the East Coast, excuse me, from the South. Sorry.
No, you're totally good.
I'm going to drink
But
my
I'm
water.
assuming that has to do with who gets admitted to those hospitals that you also serve.
Right.
Awesome.
Yes. So if they're needing, specialized care, or we had a family from Utah who was actually on vacation in Coeur d'Alene.
Oh, gosh.
And she went into labor early, and so they were here for a few months, but they're from Utah. So like typically they would have needed to go to the house in Salt Lake, but they were here. They're, like they get to stay here. And that's the thing, right? Is like, no matter where you're from, if it's more than 40 miles away, you can stay at the house. And if it's not more than 40 miles away, you can stay in the family rooms. So we're providing those resources. But through McDonald's is one of the ways you can get involved, because they're actually our founding and forever partner. So when the first house was created in Philadelphia, it was in partnership with McDonald's, and funds from the Shamrock Shake specifically helped build that first house.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so from then, that is like a huge deal to every house, to every chapter, right? Is the Shamrock Shake, because it's it's like our roots, It's like where we started.
Well, I'll celebrate that. I wore my red Ronald McDonald shoes today.
Yeah.
You guys, so
exactly.
I'm going to go get a Shamrock Shake and take a selfie.
Or the Shamrock Oreo McFlurry, if that's more your speed. That also goes toward
100% more my speed.
No, same. I'm like, I don't know if I can do the whole mint shake, but I can do mint Oreo.
Oh my gosh, it's
so that
good.
goes to our house too. So that's a great way to make a small impact.
Awesome.
Or really, and our motto for that is small change is a big impact. So it's not a small impact, I misspoke, but it's a small change, big impact, because it does matter and it adds up. And I'm actually really glad to hear that they asked you to round up, because that's something that we've been really working on, because we want
go Tri-Cities.
Yeah, we want to build that relationship with McDonald's a little better, and because it's important. Again, like cashiers or line workers or whoever is working in McDonald's, right? Like, they know what they're supporting, what they're asking for, and what mission they're supporting, and it's a way for them to get involved as well. But that's one way. We love all of our volunteers so dearly, coming in and making a meal or doing a shuttle run, or we always need front desk volunteers who can answer questions and help families find things around the house and that kind of thing. Like, there's just so many opportunities to be involved. And, today we've talked about it so much, but like collecting those pop tabs off any of your cans and donating them, like, really does make a difference. And as Bill said earlier, sorry.
No, you're good.
That a lot of houses don't do it anymore, and it's just because of storage issues or recycling laws in the state or something like that. But we are fortunate enough to still have that program, and it's mostly thanks to Bill. So thank you so much.
Please don't retire.
No, you can't. But no, and
you need to start finding a transition guy.
Yeah, exactly. You need to start training.
Start training. All right, so this is a public announcement right now. Bill is looking for an assistant.
Yes.
I've gotten good at it.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I want to see your magnetic stick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no,
me too.
I didn't bring it with me. But
yeah, no, I think that's way cool.
I'll bring it next time I come.
Okay.
Take a video of doing that. I would love to see that, and then just see all the screws that come out of it or something.
Yeah, exactly.
What you asked earlier about the strangest thing that I shows up that sticks to the magnet.
Sure. The flotsam and jetsam that's in the tabs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the strangest thing to me, or it's wonderful actually, but it doesn't stick to the magnet, is coins.
Really? Oh.
Well, Canadian coins stick to the magnet, but American coins don't.
Oh, interesting.
Just wrong metal.
Wrong metal.
Interesting.
Canadian metal. No.
Anyhow, a few weeks ago, I picked up a kind of normal amount of tabs that needed to be gone through, and there was $23 in coins.
Oh my gosh.
Did you just donate that to the house?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
But the tabs are silver and the coins are silver. They're hard to find.
Oh yeah. That would be like looking for a needle in a haystack, right?
Exactly like that.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Well, Jena, what do you think? Are we missing anything that you would like to talk about?
I'm just thinking of more ways to get involved, and
Please.
I've seen a few, like, because you can host like a Facebook birthday event instead of bringing me gifts, like donate to my GoFundMe or the Facebook thing or things like that, and a lot of people do that. And then recently we had a family in Moscow who I didn't even know about this, but she's been hosting a turkey trot for 10 plus years in honor of Ronald McDonald House, like,
Does she
the
have a
Inland
personal
Northwest.
connection? I wonder.
She didn't share many details, but she said that she has done it because she has those connections, because she I think it was her daughter, I'm blanking on the details
No, you're
now,
totally
but
fine.
it was her daughter who stayed, or maybe her son. Sorry, my apologies. I don't remember the details.
No,
but
you're good.
She hosted a turkey trot, and like we only saw it because I pulled a report, like a detailed report that had turkey trot in the title, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And so I looked into it, and I discovered that she's been doing it for 10 years. And it's just, it's so interesting. Like, she's never reached out for recognition. She's never reached out to be like, I'm doing this for you. Which is just something that's like so amazing. It's like purely because she wants to give back. And I think that that's like really beautiful. And so there are a lot of people who host lemonade stands and give that money to us, or like they come and they bring lemonade to the families, right? So it's like in any way that you want to get involved is really a beautiful thing. But it's just really touching and very like inspiring how many people really want to just do what they can, you know? Anyway, I just remember that and wanted to touch on that. But
I'm so glad you shared that.
Yeah. And the other thing that I just want to say is, Bill, thank you for everything. Thank you for single-handedly running the Longtime program and taking care of so many families. Like, truly, your presence and your work is felt, and I just want to say thank you so much on behalf of all of us.
Almost all the employees at the house here. Well, 11 years I've been here.
Yeah.
Okay? Not a single employee that was here when I started is still here. They're all young, and I enjoy being around the young people. So,
we're all eager beavers.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to learn and serve families and get better, you know. But just thank you so much. And
you're welcome.
the things that you've seen are probably
fun.
crazy. Yeah.
Oh, I just love it. Jena and Bill, thank you so much for the difference you make every single day in our community, both in Spokane and down in Richland where we live, and all of Eastern Washington. We just so appreciate you. We appreciate you sitting down with us today and sharing your stories and letting us celebrate you. And thank you to the Ronald McDonald House Charities for being a steady source of comfort, hope, and community for families when they need it most. We just love you for it. Well, and thank you for talking with us today.
Thank you for having us. It was really an honor when you reached out, and we're so excited that we get to share and
our pleasure.
Be a part of this. So thank you so much, Krista.
Awesome. And to anyone listening, in any way that you want to volunteer and serve your community, we encourage you to go to justserve.org, where in your local community you'll find a whole list of places, like Bill said, that fit your skill set, that can help you feel fulfilled and purposeful in the community. And we encourage you to go there, justserve.org, and see what looks good to you. Go give some things a try.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.